Okay, the question says the angle between two unit vectors. So let's write down what is given. So we have a vector A whose magnitude is equal to 1 since it's a unit vector. And similarly, we have another unit vector B, therefore its magnitude is also equal to 1. And then we have one more vector, which is summation of these two vectors. And the condition is vector A plus B. The magnitude of it is less than 1. And then we have the options. Which of the following best describes the possible range of values of theta? So let's see how to arrive at a solution. So vector A product. So let me take vector A plus B, do a dot product with its own self. So that will be dot vector A plus B. By formula, we know that this will be equal to the magnitude of the first vector. So magnitude of vector A plus B multiplied by magnitude of vector A plus B, and then cos of the angle between the two vectors. So in this case, it is the same vector, so I can write it as cos 0 degree. Now, if we expand on the left hand side, let's do the multiplication between the two terms. So vector A multiplied by vector A, it's a dot product. So it will be vector A dot vector A plus vector A dot vector B plus vector B dot vector A plus vector B dot vector B. And this will be equal to, on the right hand side, it will be magnitude of vector A plus B the whole square times 1, cos 0 is 1. Yeah. And if a number, we know that if we have a number which is less than 1, then the square of that number will also be less than 1. Say, for example, 0.5 square will be 0.25, which is again less than 1. So I will use this expression. I will further simplify it on the left hand side. So applying the same logic, so this will be equal to magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector A. So I can write it as this, cos of the 0 degree between them. So I can also write it as a twice vector A dot vector B, because B dot A is same as A dot B. And this I can simplify it as magnitude of vector B the whole square. And this entire thing will be less than 1. So magnitude of vector A is already given to us as 1. So I can write it as 1 plus twice this will be magnitude of vector A times magnitude of vector B times cos of the angle between the two vectors. So I will write it as cos theta plus 1 should be less than 1. So this can be simplified further as 2 plus 2. This can be written as cos theta should be less than 1. I can also write it as 2 cos theta should be less than minus 1, or cos theta should be less than minus 1 by 2. So we have to find a solution out of the 4 alternatives given. Which one fits into this? So to go more into detail of this, we need to be familiar with the graph of cos theta. So let me draw the graph here. So to come to the solution, what I have done is I have spent some time and drawn this picture, which will help you to understand. So on the x-axis, we have the theta, and on the y-axis, we have the cos theta. So I suppose you are familiar with this picture. Now, if we see the value where we get minus 1 by 2, so cos theta should be less than minus 1 by 2, which will be the area or the region A, B, C, D, A. So if we try to come back to the possible options given, let's see which one of them fits. The first option, certainly it cannot fit. Why? That's because that is not in the region that we have highlighted. And then again, in the second one, it does not fit because it says it should be theta should be less than 2 pi by 3, which is again not matching. And let's say option C. So option C is theta should be less than or equal to 180, which is fine, but it should be greater than pi by 3, which is 60 degree, which is also not matching with the picture that we have. And the last option, it says theta should be greater than 2 pi by 3. So if we see region A, B, C, D, A satisfies the condition that theta is greater than 2 pi by 3. And if we focus on the specific option given here on the right hand side, it should be less than pi. So from the perspective of the options given, they are focusing only on the region A, B, D, A. So with respect to that, we have this as the correct answer. So option D is the correct answer. Now let's interpret the answer in another way. So we have a unit circle. So it is given that vector A, which is a unit radius vector I have drawn here, and then vector B, which is also a unit radius. And the answer that we have arrived is option D. So if you see the angle between the two, only if the angle is greater than 2 pi by 3, but less than 180. So it means effectively this part. So this is the portion at which the resultant of the two vectors A plus B will be less than 1, less than unity. So let's see now if the addition of the two vectors really meets our condition. So I can put the vector B also. So if I put the vector B parallel to itself, as indicated with the blue color here, and I do the addition of the two vectors, vector A plus vector B. So this vector will represent vector A plus B. And as you see clearly over here, the magnitude of that vector happens to be less than 1, which means less than the radius of the circle. So this is the graphical, another way of interpreting the result, that if angle is anything higher than 2 pi by 3, but less than or equal to 180 degree, then the resultant will always be less than 1. Thank you.